All right, boys, we are going to start a new run. The old run is still good, but I've learned so much. I want to see how efficient I can get from start to like tier 4 kind of construction. And I want to see how efficient I can be to that point because I think there are things that can be done differently. I want to try a different approach, and I want to do like a smelting facility, like smelting only, and then I want to bus all the refined parts from my dedicated facility. And so things that take iron and sulfur I want to make close to the oil field. Things that take limestone I want to make close to the limestone. Obviously some things are going to be intertwined somewhat, but kind of I guess my idea is I would like to have kind of a super highway of storage of all my different parts. And that's kind of where I'm at. Now I don't know exactly how that's going to work when it comes time to do like yellow construction parts. And then we have to turn those into yellow. So I guess that would be tier 2. And so do I just take directly from the main highways box and route it to the new area where I'm making that stuff? I think that's what we end up doing. If I'm thinking about it. Okay, I'm not gonna think too hard on it. I know what my plan is, and we're gonna try it out and see. And we're gonna go back with New Haven, Sailor, because I'm a casual, no ore sorting. Keep both of these on because I just want to chill. I'm not versed enough in the game right now to really do anything super difficult. Okay, so we're officially in our old stomping grounds. So first things first is do our goals. Always follow the goals. And yeah, I gotta say, like the goals in this game, chef's kiss. Like beautiful, one of the most beautiful tutorials I've ever seen in a game. Ever. It's so good. I love it. I did find myself utilizing this space for farming, and I think that's what we're gonna do. Ah, I don't. I don't really know where to put the farms right now because none of this land over here is even remotely flat. So I'm very keen on putting our farms right next to our settlement. Because another issue that I had in the last game is I had like 500 pop. I had like 500 workers, and I don't think I needed any of them. I think I had like a massive surplus. So that should give us a little bit more room to lay down some farm area here, and then use this as like eventually obviously we'll start excavating and leveling this out, and then we'll have a better water storage here because the last game I was only using this one, and I noticed that all the way over here where my farms were, they couldn't get any water. And I really can't figure out why that is, but we'll get there slowly but surely. Okay, so first things first, let's build ourselves a coal maker, and we'll start cooking out some coal. Now I'm gonna build my initial furnaces, pretty much right in this spot. I want to put it close to the abandoned station, so it kind of reduces the drive time between getting the scrap and putting them into the actual blast furnaces. And so we'll get these built, and then we'll start figuring out outputs and inputs, which I still don't understand completely, but we'll figure it out. And so this is outputting 24 total, but technically 8 every tick. And this accepts 12 So this should be good. So one per, or I'm so confused. Do I go off the total or the per tick? I think it's the total. So if that's 24, this takes 12. So we need 2 metal casters per blast furnace. Oh my gosh, I built them backwards. I'm so dumb. We're redoing all this. Oh, Tyler. What are you doing? Oh, you know what? And now I can't build because of the smokestack. Okay, we have to do it. We have to do 2. We have to do 2. Oh, dude, this is not starting out well, guys. This is not starting out well at all. My initial plans are already foobar. It's already screwed up. And on this playthrough, I aim to make things look a lot cleaner. And that's kind of what I'm hoping is going to happen. And I know that these are temporary. So it doesn't quite matter how good these look, but I would still like them to look decent. So I reckon we're not going to be able to build. Oh, we can build right there, even though there's a little sliver. But we cannot build right there. So I say that we prioritize these 3, maybe this one. I'm not super keen on this square though. So I say these 3 for now, and then if we need to go out to this one, I think we can certainly do it. But I think for now, I want to clear this area out. Really is what we need to do to put our first farm. So when we get to that point, we'll put the farm down. Okay, so we got a little bit cleared out. I got enough space for a farm here and a farm here. And then later when we excavate this can be for, like, I don't know, animals, stuff like that. And then we'll end up having 2 separate water stations. So one isn't like totally and completely overwhelmed or anything like that. And we're gonna set this bad boy to do potatoes. And then we just gotta wait for our first bit of potatoes. Then now we need to do a basic research lab, which we're just gonna plop anywhere, really. I don't think it really matters too much for the very first research lab. So we're just gonna, gosh, I don't know, we'll put it right here. No, I don't want to put it right there. No, we'll put it right there. Go ahead and Unity this so we can start building. Now I need to consider, like, what do I want first? What is the most important thing first? And I'm pretty sure it's construction, because that's what it tells you to do. I'm almost positive that that's what it tells you to do first. Yep, research construction. That's what we were thinking. Now we have to do a trading dock, which I moved my trading dock like way over here, which is probably what I'm going to do this time, because I didn't like it on the same coast as my shipyard. I wasn't a huge fan of that. Now I just need to remember where the trading dock is. Oh wait, no, that's right. We have to research a trading dock, which is just going to take some time. So we got our diesel generator right next to our oil field, which is where it needs to be. We got our first set of smelters cooking up a storm. Got food, got coal, burning wood. We moved our food market over here to kind of, so we infinitely expand out this way should we have the need to, and then 2 more right here. And then we got a little waste management. And so, yeah, I'm going to let this cook. We'll get the trading dock and start on the next set of goals. Okay, so now I really need to figure out how this is gonna work. Like my original thoughts on how I want to do this. because I think that I have enough land, you know, like in this area, and then like maybe like a little bit up here as well to do all of my factory that I need. And then the smelting will take place here, and then the smelters will trickle down to the assemblers here, except in this area there'll be like a bit of a super highway with storages here and storages here, and then assemblers here and assemblers here, and then smelting, like pure smelting all up here. And then everything kind of just trickles down. So that's kind of where I'm at. Shoot. And I want this lane to be fairly large. So I'm thinking like at least 2 squares wide, just so that we have enough traffic and we're going to be able to move things in and out. So really, I wonder how much room I'm going to need for my. So I say that my first assembly, because copper is up here, coal is over here, iron is right here. So I say, I say that we take up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, let's see, 6. Yeah, we'll take up 6 squares in this grid. And then our main highway will be this area right next to the main grid line. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then our assembler is going to kick out here. But this is where I want the storage unit to be. So the storage unit, I think, is a 4. I think. And then we're going to need room for a conveyor. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then we're going to have two assemblers just for the construction parts. So we'll get those built. I know they're like a bit out of the way right now. I understand that, but we're going to be moving this up here as soon as we can establish our first mine and essentially get rid of this unsightly abandoned communication station. Okay, so I'm going to let this cook, and we'll be back with you. We just got our loose storage research, and now I want to start doing and setting up some buffers. But I really, dude, where do I get the planning? I want the planning button so I can start designing stuff. Where is that this? Planning mode. That's what we really need that next. I want that so bad. Because I want to design our loose storage holding area right here. So this will be iron and sand and really just iron and sand, I think. On this side. And then on this side will be copper, coal, limestone, and wood. That's what I'm thinking. Because I don't think we really have anything else besides that. It doesn't look like it's. Yeah, so two on this side, 3 on this side. Or I can just do like right in the middle. I can just start, like this will be iron right here, and then this will be the start of this side. I don't reckon I want to do one small grid, per resource, and that's kind of what I'm thinking, to have like a massive buffer in case we start to death spiral. Then we give ourselves a chance to come back. We also got loot storage, so we're setting up construction parts, which I know we're going to be in desperate need of. And now we start the journey to maintenance, which requires 6 electronics and 12 machine parts or mechanical parts. So I went through several designs in my last game of what to do and like where to place this building. And I ended up placing it in the middle of all of my storage stuff and just routing things to it. Just to cut down on truckload. I do like the idea of it, but I also find that my maintenance building kind of lasts a long time. So I reckon that I'm just gonna put it over here somewhere, just kind of out of the way. And we'll just, if we need to mess with it, we'll mess with it. I just don't think we will. We'll just have trucks put stuff, put stuff in it whenever we need to, and we'll just go from there. I think probably the best way to do it. Now we also need to get up. We need to get electronics running, as well as mechanical parts. However, I think this is the setup that I want. So I really want my copy and paste. And I want to do a plant, like a build mode. So I want to copy this. And I want to do 3 spaces in between. So this will be tier 1 construction. This will be tier 2. Copy this again. It's in the 4. And then this will be all of our like main construction parts. I'm really hoping that I have enough space. I'm a bit concerned that I don't for conveyor belts, but I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be okay. And then let's see. We'll just copy this again, and this will be for our mechanical parts, which really just take iron. So that works for us. And then these, we can go ahead and Unity build all this stuff. And I also want to go up here and kind of put down our loose storage situation. So this is our main kind of thoroughfare. So we're going to do this. And we're going to give ourselves, this will be for sand. Yes, this will be for sand. I don't know. It kind of looks terrible, honestly, but it's functional and it should work. It should work just fine. So that'll be for sand. And then this will be for copper. Or for iron, rather. And it's nice because it'll be super duper close instead of being super far away like it was in my last game. Right, and then this iron will get fed. Oh gosh, I mean, I don't even know how many blast furnaces I'm gonna need, honestly. And then so that's our 4, and then we just need the metal casters. In which case, this is the input of the molten, right? But that means the channel is going to have to come through each of the sides here, right? Which is going to disrupt our slag a little bit. I didn't think about the slag. What are we going to do with El Slago? Slag can be over here. Why don't we do slag on this side? And now this one can service the bottom. This one can service the bottom 2, right? And then this one. Oh no, I messed up. I messed up. Did it wrong. I don't know if this is actually gonna. No, it'll work. It'll work. Yeah, this one will service the bottom 2. This one will service the top 2. Okay, dude. Oh, fine. And then same thing on this side. Okay, so this is our first iron smelting facility. I think 4 is going to be enough. I'm pretty sure 4 is going to be enough. It seemed to be enough in my last playthrough, but I'm a bit concerned about the later end of the game, and I'm wondering if iron ends up getting phased out completely. I'm just not sure about the future because I've never been there. Slag's going to be interesting, and I can't do the slag right now, but I'm sure that we'll just like vertical conveyor it over and then dump it. I think that's probably what's going to end up happening. And apparently this is a bad connection. Ah, okay, that's what it was. It was the direction of the thingamajig. Okay, so we do have construction parts currently being made. We just don't have any workers at the moment. We are, wow, -13. Good night. And then our concrete mixing plants will be right here. And then those will go to a storage unit probably around this area. And that should work. So I'm going to go ahead and demo these guys and just build this facility. And I think these guys will be able to access these, even though there's 2 molten channels there. They should still be able to do that, I think. And this is honestly perfect timing because we're about done with that yard with like scrap iron. All right, get all my stuff built, and we will. I will let this stuff build, demo all this stuff, and then I'm just gonna skip to that. Okay, so we are pretty much well set up for our first bit of factoring, I guess you could call it. We got a bit of loose storage set up for our slag and our iron, and then we still need to set up stations for all the other ones, of course, and then clear out some of these trees. We are starting to kind of excavate the area. I got the area all set up, and I just want everything to be nice and flat. So what I'm going to do first is I'm just going to excavate this small little area right here and just kind of get everything nice and looking really pretty and uniform and even. I'm very anal about that stuff. And then all the stuff that they excavate early on, which is mostly dirt and rock, We're just going to pour into this joint so we can set up our first little cargo area. And really, our first cargo area should be this. Mainly because it's just easier for our oil transport. Because this eventually is going to run out. We're gonna heavily rely on our oil from what we find out when we explore. And so we don't need to come out that far, honestly. Like, this will be fine, I think. Just fill that area, straighten it out a little bit, and that should be more than plenty for our needs on our cargo dock. So I'm just going to go ahead and 86 this, just to have them start dumping right here. We have some future expansion set up for all of our main parts here. We do have not construction parts. I'm like an idiot. This should be mechanical parts. And then construction parts are cooking. We're still going to need to get some wood, obviously, which we need to do that right now. And I think we might as well clear out this little area right here. This area. And this area. Now, one thing I did in my last game that I don't want to do this game is just fill up random land with a bunch of fill when we can start filling out our coastline. And that'll help make the area look a lot cleaner, I think. But so far, I'm really happy. This will be a main double small grid drive area. And then this horizontal, like east to west, this will be another drive area. And then all the stuff from the smelting will trickle down to the assemblers. And I think that it's going to work a lot better. I hope. I'm a little concerned about drivability because there's only going to be, the little pillars that come off the conveyors. I really hope that I gave myself enough space. We might have to come over one small grid because one small grid might not be enough because we got to come out and then raise up and then come over and then raise back down. I just don't know if it's enough room. I really don't. But this can all be fixed with vertical conveyors as well. And so that is certainly an option that we can do later on whenever we get that kind of researched and looking. And so we got our guys working, looking nice and pretty, just kind of excavating. And I think this is where we're going to end the video for tonight. We've done quite a bit of research already. We still need to do some things like terrain leveling is going to be really nice. And yeah, I think we're going to end it there. So not a bad start. I think a better start than my original than my original second world. Because I did my first world and I learned a lot really quickly. So I just immediately went into the second world and got into making tier 4 parts. And then started running into some major issues. And I'm hoping to resolve those issues in this world by being more efficient. Not only with my time, but resource management. And, really trying to plan ahead. So it doesn't look like much now. But just you wait. We're going to have an amazing factory pretty soon. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, hit the sub button, all that good stuff. Blah, 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 blah. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Be good. Take care of yourselves. God bless.